know exactly where you want to go. You have a vision of what you want to do. You know exactly where you want to be. You know how much time it's going to take to dedicate to it. You know the ins and outs of how to place your family to best suit the goal that you are trying to make. You know exactly what to do. But the moment that you start giving into corporate America, the moment that you get a job, all of that flies out the window.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 5:08 a.m. on this beautiful Saturday morning. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
Motivated.
Hey, let's go. That's what I like to hear.
Right out the box. Motivated.
Come on.
You will get to that in a second, man. I'm just typical paying attention to the environment, paying attention to the world, and the topic that you bring into this episode today. I'm feeling that. I'm a little in love with that topic right now because, like, no matter how many people tell me that I'm wilding out because of my goals, I just keep on going for it.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. So how's your week, man? How's things been going with the household and the...
I don't know, man. I've been there at work too much.
Ooh.
I wouldn't know how the house doing. I'm here visiting.
Yeah. That
which fuels the
Crazy.
motivation.
So we had a guy, and you know it's weird. This job it does things a little differently than other jobs. Not really. I've worked at a job that's done this before, but there was a certain area in need of help. It was like another county over, and one of my coworkers, he lives in like North Carolina, so he already has to drive a stretch. But they put man in a hotel, and they were like, "Hey, you gonna help out this area real quick?" He was like, "All right," he didn't mind. But like middle of the week, it's Wednesday, we on the phone, we talking, trying to keep each other motivated through work. He's like, "Man, I miss home." I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "You've been going home to your significant other and your kid all day throughout the week. You've been going to a hotel. It's lonely." I'm like, I feel that, and it just got me thinking, like, how many jobs out here will do that?
My job doing it right now.
Exactly, and it's like people don't feel a certain way, like they missing out on key moments in life and stuff, and like
no, we ain't got to go into it. They missing out on life.
Yeah, just life in general, just living. You ain't really living. You just getting up, you going to work, you fill in somebody else's pockets, and you getting a fraction of that, and all you wasting is your time. They ain't wasting their time because they at home making all these decisions, and you just out in the field, out in a warehouse or somewhere. Just it's crazy. It's crazy. But,
get down to the conversation. What's up, man?
I mean, if you want to roll into it real quick, or
no, go ahead, man. I ain't got no preamble for the people right now.
All right, y'all gonna get it straight raw today. But another coworker, we got to talking, you know, about something similar. You know, we're always at work. The conversation started because this dude, his mind works a little bit different. He can hyper focus on things, and we went down this rabbit hole of like just making money, just starting our own businesses and all this other stuff. And he's the type of person that he takes the whole big idea and takes it apart, right? So he's like, yo, think about it. All this time that you're here working at this job, working for this other person, making them money, you could be doing the exact same thing for yourself. You could be, and he just went down this laundry list of many ways to make money. One of the off the wall things, he was like, yo, you could sell shrimp. Like, he got, you know, family in Florida. He can just run down there real quick, get shrimp fresh off the jank by the pound, cheap, bring it up here and sell it to restaurants, your local grocery stores. Like, there's many different people that would need just shrimp. And he was like, because I'm tired of getting fucked over by like jobs. I'm out here, you know, I'm not gonna be that company man no more. I'm gonna be my own man. Because being a company man, it don't get you nowhere. It's gonna push that other dude that's at the top. It's gonna push him way forward. But me down here at the low level, the peon, we ain't getting none of that. We ain't getting a fraction of what they make. So he's like, I'm only working for myself, man. I ain't putting in no extra hours. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm going home to my family. I'm going home so I can try to build that generational wealth that I never seen. Because he's like, I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here to 60. I'm not gonna be here to see that. And he understood that fully. He was down with that. He's like, I'm just here to push them forward because he already knows, like, from his parents, probably his parents' parents, that the health ain't there. The knowledge of, you know, how to be healthy and how to make it past 65, it ain't there. But he's learning. He's gonna figure that out so he can push his kids forward. And I was like, yo, that's deep. Like, you probably the only one around this jank that's gonna be talking like that. And you might have a couple of people that they might have some type of dream, some type of side hustle that they want to do as a hobby on the side. But no, he trying to get it. He trying to figure it out any which way to get it, and he gonna run with it.
That's all fine, well and good, but I ain't about to sit up here big my man up like we ain't been talking the same talk for 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
so
get you a
I mean,
podcast,
kudos
bro.
to my man for figuring it out. But you know, we all in the same struggle, man. Like, you know, it's not big that he talking like that. It's bigger that you found somebody else with a similar mindset. So, excuse me. I don't have those people at my job, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, the people that my coworkers, they literally make double, some triple what we made working at Amazon, and like they still on that 9 to 5 mentality. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, I personally never seen people who position themselves to make 6 figures a year act like people that work at Amazon. Like, it's weird. Like, I was like, yo, like, I didn't think it was that common. Like, of course I've met people with a broke man mentality who just happen to make money. But like, I've never seen, like, I never would have thought that there would be so many people who make that much money or that far over the median household income that would be that stagnant in their thinking. Like, it's so strange, bro. I work with a girl, and I can tell she young. I don't really know how old she is. You know, that stuff don't come up in conversation. You know what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily ask, but I just know she younger than me. working on her second kid, bun in the oven right now, and and she multiple years, bro, made six figures, multiple years, but for whatever reason, she ain't got that swag like she made six figures for multiple years. She ain't got that setup like she made six figures for multiple years. So like, here's what I'm saying. You can tell when somebody set themselves up for success. Like you just been working towards something. And then you can tell somebody who just live paycheck to paycheck. Now I just don't understand how somebody who makes that much money live paycheck to paycheck and still complain about their job like their job is the problem.
Ooh. Yeah. It what do you think that is? Do you think it's like a environment thing because she's been in this environment or this she's been conditioned to think this way that you need some type of savings account or this whatever reason people think that they have to be in a job to, not even in a job. Like, what do people be thinking success is or a successful life looks like? What is that picture for some people?
So, oh, good.
I was gonna say, because if they don't have that picture, if they don't have, at least some type of path set out for themselves, like what are they working for? Like, you go into a job for what? Like, why are you working? To pay bills? Why are you paying bills? Because I need to pay bills to live. Do you?
Let me break it down. Let me break that down, bro. Personally, I'd much rather be without vision, without sight, and have vision than to have vision without sight. I think I might have butchered that. Let me rewind this for a second. I much rather have no vision, no sight. I much rather have no sight and have vision than to have sight with no vision. Because everybody they can wake up and they can see with their eyes, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the screens. I see you, Mark. I see this camera in front of me. I see this microphone right here. I can see all that. But if I can't visualize this microphone, this camera, this screen with you in it, or not you in the screen, but you in front of me in a bigger studio with us actually working on something that's bigger than us. If I can't visualize that, what am I talking about? Why am I even doing what I'm doing? So a lot of people just you just walking around looking. You ain't got no foresight. You ain't got no vision. You're not conceptualizing your own future, and that's the reason why these people are the way they are, Mark. Like I could tell just by and it don't take much, bro. Like I sometimes I cast judgment on people and I shouldn't, but I like at this point in my life, bro, I'm tired of wasting my time talking to people who ain't about to push me forward. Like that could be selfish. Like I could have all the information to give you in the world, but like I am tired. I am absolutely sick and tired of talking to people who absolutely have no effect on my life. Like I'm out here giving everything to you. I'm out here pouring everything that I know into you. Like and I'm not getting anything in return. So like we got a kid at my job, right? He just started. This dude is 18 years old, still living with his parents. And like I said, we in position to make a good amount of money, and he knows that. And he knows people who've been in sales before, and he knows the potential that he's able to make with this job that he has in front of him, which is cool. It's fine. It's all fine and dandy, right? But he 18 years old, living with his parents. The only thing he paying is his car insurance and his phone bill, bro. He has the perfect setup. And this man recently told me that he is looking to buy a $32,000 Camaro. $32,000 Camaro, a 2019 joint at that. So what that means, if I gotta break it down anymore, for those of you who know about cars, that joint 2019 and cost $32,000. What kind of engine you think it got in it? It's the bad boy. It's the bad boy, the racing engine, racing engine in it, the V8. So like. He was talking about, like, he was talking trash about the insurance company. The insurance company want this much money for insurance. For I'm like, bro, you 18, dog. Like, right. you 18 and you live with your parents, dog. You a flight risk right now. That's why they charging you that much. Like, you ain't got nothing to live for at the moment. You ain't established nothing, and they know that. Which is the reason why they charge people under 26 with the highest premiums, bro, because you don't know shit about life and you ain't got nothing to live for. So he decided that he was going to go ahead and do it. He was like, I'm gonna get this car. I'm gonna get this person to co-sign for me. I got good credit, but they said I need a co-signer for it, $30,000. I don't want to tell my parents about it. I know my parents gonna trip, but they doing this and blase split. I'm like, dog.
What in the world?
But what do you think? What do you think I told him?
I don't even know. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to, because it seemed like he already got his mindset, and it's hard to talk through.
I told him absolutely nothing. That man was talking, and back in the day, I would have jumped. I would have stepped in and be like, "Young man, let me explain something to you." But I remember we just had that conversation. I kind of threw it out there. I said, bro, he kept asking questions. He was like, my parents probably won't be, they probably gonna be upset about this. My mom's probably gonna be pissed that I did this. And I was like, I wonder why. And he was like, oh, because she doesn't want me to have this car. She doesn't want me to do this and want me to do that. I'm like, bro, she probably wants you to move out her house
first.
Like, before all, like, that should be your main priority. Like, you should be setting your life up. The car ain't gonna set your life up. It's just gonna set your life back. Yeah. And I said that. I said that to see where the conversation was gonna go, because I'm like, I don't know if I can sugarcoat this. Like, I don't really know if I like my man like that. Like, cause like he already irritated me. So like, let me just give him the Cliff Note version. See what happened at the Cliff Note version, and if the Cliff Note creates a checkpoint, then we'll move forward with this conversation. My man said he started making excuses. I was like, yeet, I'm gonna go up here. You got this. My manager asked me that same day. He was like, bro, like, you were supposed to be helping this kid do XYZ. And I was like, dude, irritating, dog. I'm not doing it. I'm too old for this shit, dog.
I didn't know you could be a salesman at 18. Not at like a
what?
No, at 18. I didn't know you could be a salesman.
It's just a job, bro. It's the one job that people refuse to do because they don't like salesmen. Like, people that just don't like trying to sell people stuff. Everybody has this negative connotation on salesmen. So I mean,
I feel that.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but that is all right. So people they'll have that mindset, right? They'll have that weird obsession, that weird urgency to get their life started, to do that. They want to establish this
Thank you for
luxury lifestyle.
going back into the point because I was drifting off into the wrong direction. I appreciate that, but go ahead.
And I'm like, and you know, everyone has it because of the environment we live in. Everybody has that urgency to get to that point of flashiness as soon as possible. You know, they want that sports car with the loudest engine, with the biggest rims and all this other stuff. But it's like you said, it's gonna set you back. Like
They want the finish line first.
And they ain't even done the prep work. They ain't even went through the boot camp to be a starter. They want to be on the field. They want to go straight to the NFL. They want to go straight to the league.
Graduation.
And they ain't do
the graduation.
Do no tests, no pre-test, no nothing. And I'm like, the journey is what established those systems, those key points, those key lifestyle points to be successful. I was watching a video the other day, just yesterday actually, and it's a little biblical. It kind of goes in line with the story that Steve Harvey had when, you know, he wanted to get his car or something, and his mom was like, "You still got that old one out there.
You already got a car, babe."
Right? Like, you already got the keys to success. You got the keys to start your journey. So why are we always trying to get a job, to get money, to live our lives when we have a talent, we have a gift that we can just dwell in and be even more successful than we would be at this job? We always plan to get a job, and we crunch the numbers. We crunch the numbers hard. We're like, all right, if I get this job, if I make this much an hour, if I work this many hours for this week, for this amount of months, and so forth, I can have $1 million in the next 30, 52 years or some crap like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know that people are in their talents, in their bag, making that money in months and like fractions of the time that you just did. You all that crunching numbers, they just woke up one day and was like, yo, I gotta get it. And they got it. Like, as soon as they thought of it, as soon as they saw the vision, they went for it and they got it. But yet you got a 20-year plan to work at this job. Some people, they just work at the job, and if they don't even get a hint that they gonna move up, they move it to the next job so they can work up that corporate ladder. And if that job don't work out, if they get a sense of some type of adversity, they gonna move to the next one, try to work up that ladder. They taking the long route, and there ain't no urgency to grow, to learn. They just like, this job got me. I'm 10 toes for this job. I'm the company man, and I'm gonna work my hardest, work myself in the grave while missing out on life, missing out on your kids growing up, missing out on, you know, your wife at home, missing your affection. You come home and you're tired because you done put all yourself into a job instead of putting all yourself into your life. You ain't, at the end of your lifespan, you ain't got nothing to pass on, to speak on, nothing.
The urgency thing, it keeps speaking to me. Cause like, I remember when I was working for Amazon, and like there was a lot of people, they didn't understand the way I thought. They didn't understand they didn't understand what I was trying to put out into the atmosphere. And for that, like, I became a little bit of I ain't gonna say a pariah. Like, that's a little bit of a strong word. I wasn't necessarily hated, but it led to a lot of people not being able to understand or like figure me out. Because like you can encapsulate a lot of people into a certain category, but I think I always stay outside of the realm of being placed in a certain box because of the way I talk to people. Like I've never been in a situation where I was where somebody spoke to me in a way that they could categorize me and with everybody else, if that makes sense. And the reason being is because it was like, yo, this dude make me feel bad about myself, but also make me feel good about it in the process. And I noticed it when we were having all of the conversation about the the pay raise. That's what really did it. That's what really spoke to, like, what really showed, like, how people showed their true colors during that whole pay raise situation. And they probably working on trying or fighting for another pay raise this year, but it's all well and good. I don't know. But whatever. But during those conversations, my bad, I thought I heard something. I was able to get, like, put people to, like, at a complete standstill. Like they came to complain about it, and it could have just been the environmental thing being overwhelming to everybody. So it's like, everybody else mad, why shouldn't I be mad too? Kind of situation. And like, there was always a lot of people who, like, they kind of try to push their agenda onto me, like the Turks of the world, the Chasers of the world, all of the management teams. Like, they were always trying to push this agenda on me, and I'm just like, bro, that's not important. So let me do what's important, because you're trying to make everything important. Everything is not important. So if we gonna be urgent, let's be urgent towards the things that are important. That way we can take our asses home, and then we can work on what's important when we get home. Like, I ain't about to sit up here for 12, 13 hours and give everything 100% priority. It don't make sense. And it also doesn't work. Like, what the hell do you think I am? Like, I can't clone myself, bro. Like, I can't spend 100% of time in 100 places. Like, it just don't add up. Like, that's not how this works. So, like, let's focus on what's important first. And once we focus on what's important, all that other stuff is gonna fall in line. So shut up, calm the fuck down. Like, let's not do this. So so it led to me being outcasted in a way that, I don't even know if I'm explaining it right, bro. Because I can just feel the energy shift when people came around. It wasn't like they were afraid of me, but it was like, yo, we don't want to talk to that guy. Like, it was almost like I've witnessed a lot of third party mediators. Yo, go tell Aaron such and such. Like,
yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, like, if we gonna be urgent for something, let's be urgent for something that makes sense. Like, for real, like some of the guys that I work with, bro, like, I could tell, like, they cutthroat with it. They urgent. But they urgent, like, bro, you said they urgent for the company. They ain't urgent for them. They ain't urgent for them, bro. Like, I got somebody talk to me last night, and I guess they thought I was gonna be affected by this in a negative way. I was talking to a dude. He came in. We closed at 6. My man came in at 5:45. I said hello. I greeted my man. All right. I was like, yeah, you got any questions, let me know. And I walked away. Like, my feet was already facing the door. Like, I was trying to get up out of there. And somebody came up behind me. They was like, yo, why you just dismiss my man like that? I looked around. I looked outside, because we still had shit sitting outside that needed to come behind the gate. I looked at my watch. I'm like, bro, you don't see what time it is? I was like, but what if they was like, well, what if he was ready to buy something? I was like, bro, he gonna buy it tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks.
Fuck you mean? Like you came in doing closing, bro. You ain't going in Walmart at 10:55 and try to do a whole full shopping trip, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's not how this works. Like they gonna get on the intercom and say the store is closing in 5 minutes. Please bring your ass to the front cashier to check out at a self checkout or with the register. They not gonna sit up there and be like, okay, he good. Let him go ahead and finish his grocery shopping. You know, he got a cart full of like 300 items. Let him go ahead and finish that. No, they're not about to do that. So I'm not about to do that. I'm gonna take my ass home because guess what? My boss is doing. My boss, well, you know, my boss is at this place. They gonna stay there. I guess they gonna stay there. That's fine. Let them do that. That's their job. They're gonna stay there. But my boss's boss, that man don't know my name. That man ain't never seen me. That man is somewhere chilling off of my efforts. And if I don't do my job, he gonna come. That's when he come down. Or no, he not even gonna come down. He gonna send a message why this guy ain't doing X, Y, Z. And that man don't give a shit about my life. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give a shit about my life until, you know. And if this becomes a problem, bro, I've been here for 12 hours. I've been here for 12 hours. If I wasn't good enough from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, then there's a problem from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There's not a problem at 5:45. I promise you it's not. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm gonna go and tend to my life.
I feel that. That is it's crazy how we be having like some similar experience, especially in jobs. So I recently got my homeboy on, and you know I was telling him about our supervisor. You know she's real cool. She's the nicest, friendliest supervisor I've ever worked with going through jobs. And I'm like, yo, she make the jank feel like a family. She look out for us and all this other stuff. But her boss, I haven't seen her boss. He's the guy I talked to that I had to interview with to get hired and all that other stuff. And even with that, it was through Zoom. He didn't have his camera on.
Wow.
Right. I was prepared. I had little collar shirt on. You know, I blurred out the background and everything. I was looking all nice and stuff. He was like, yeah, you can turn your video camera off unless you just into that. I was like, oh.
If you into that.
Just like Jesus. But yeah, my homeboy, he had the interview, and both the supervisor and the big boss was on there. And you know, he somehow the conversation got on. Well, we know that Marcus is your reference. Did he have anything to say, or is there anything he said about the job that you would like us to know or something? And he told about, you know, the supervisor.
Set up, bro.
but he caught on. He knocked it out the park. He talked me up big time. Like supervisor came out and was like, "Yo, your boy said real good, nice things about you, and you know I didn't even know that you saw all the things that I was doing. You know the messages that I was sending, to kind of motivate the team and all that. You really made me feel like staying here as a supervisor." Now it's like, I don't know what my boy said, but he knocked it out the park. But then the big boss, he was like, "Well, what did Marcus say about me?" And my boy, he was like, to be real with you, Marcus don't really talk about you. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I've never seen the man. I don't know what he looked like. I barely know what he sounded like. I'm like, this man only sends out messages when he needs something done specifically.
God. What do you mean? What did he say about me? What do you mean, bro? Like, what is there to say?
I don't know you. That's the thing. I see this lady almost every other day.
Bro, there's been no character development on you, bro. You talking about?
I know you by name only.
What?
I ain't
just first name. Just
facts.
you like Tom from MySpace, bro. Like you just
Shane from a utility quest.
Oh God.
I was
oh my God.
I bust out laughing. I was like, yo, they some food.
But you just a a thumbs up profile picture with an angry text every like once a month. Oh my god, dog. That's hilarious. Uh, I'm
And what
glad your
make
boy. I'm glad your boy caught on to that one though, because that's a setup for failure, bro.
yeah, big time. And what makes it worse, right? So we had like a little powwow, you know, to re up on supplies. She comes out, she gathers everybody, we re up on supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking, I was like, have y'all seen the big boss? Like, have y'all met him in person? Everybody was like, nah. I was like, not even the supervisor who works up under him, who has to talk to him on a daily, hasn't even seen him. And I'm like, bruh, stop playing with me right now. Like, who is this man? I'm like, none of y'all concerned about this. This man making decisions about our lives. No one has ever seen this man.
Oh god, bro, that's hilarious. That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
no. I'm like, no.
This man is a Charlie's Angel shit.
Oh my, it was just crazy.
Oh god.
But
Oh, that's terrible.
that,
Where's he at, dog? Like, is he even in Virginia?
I hope so. I don't think so. If he is, I think he's
Oh
like dumb
god.
far. I do remember the supervisor saying he's like dumb far.
So he probably do this for a lot of different cities.
Yeah.
Okay. He has a team in each city. So yeah, I get that makes sense.
Just like, what can I
That's
say? I don't.
bro, that's wild.
Yeah, it's a fun time at this job, but
The fact
that's
that he asked that though.
it's wild. Yeah, but like I was, the fact of the matter is, like, you have jobs like that. Almost every job is like that. There's always a point where there's somebody that you haven't seen that you don't know. They don't know you. They only know you by like a number or some type of identification thing, and it's just like they're making decisions based on whatever type of numbers, whatever type of algorithm, and
They know you. I got you. They know you by the numbers you do or the numbers you don't do.
big fact.
There it is, right there, right there.
And it's like you could be doing so much more, doing so much better, doing something else, doing anything else, but working for like companies like that. Because it's no,
Mm-hmm.
you work for that company. Used to be 65, now it's about 70 something, and with your lifestyle, because you know yourself, the people we talk to, you
Yeah.
know yourself, you ain't the pinnacle point of health or in shape or nothing like that. You know,
Yeah.
you know your family's health issues and all this other stuff. You are wasting away at a job for what? Like, make it make sense. Like, actually sit down while you listen to this, pause it real quick and then resume it later, or just after you get through this episode, just think about it real quick. Like, you're working towards what? How long is it gonna take you to get there? And let me put something in perspective, right? Since
Break it
I've
down
been
for him.
working,
Break it down for him.
since I've been working at Amazon, I ain't been to my local church. You know, sometimes I pop in every now and then, but I ain't been there for like, let's say, a year and a half, right? A year and a half ago, there were kids in this church that was at my side. Some of them at my kneecaps and all this other stuff. These kids taller than me. I rolled up in church and I almost didn't recognize none of these kids. I'm talking about their voices change. They as tall as skyscrapers. I mean, some of them you expected that because they was already tall because of their parents. This is one family we got up in there. They like Michael Jordans, each and every one of them. mom tall, dad tall, kids tall. I'm like, bro, you gotta come back down. Like it won't nothing but like a week ago that I seen you. Like what happened in this short span of time? Like because we work at a job, a year feels so insignificant. Insignificant. And I'm like, a year. That's 365 days. That's however many hours. That's however many seconds. All that
86,400 seconds.
All that
Minutes. Sorry.
wasted because you work at a job. All that is wasted. And I ain't gonna even say you get you don't get a little bit of that.
I'm tripping. 80s. I'm messing up your point. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. You good. It's still gonna drive home because you're only at home for 2 days out of that week. Sometimes it's only one. You only home 1 day out of that week, and that
Don't
adds
come
up
for me.
to.
Don't come for me.
That's everywhere, man. But it's so crazy how like a year flies by.
Mm-hmm.
Especially working at Amazon or working at a job where you're on the move constantly, and then when you come home, you just pass out.
Bruh, I swear, Amara gets older every day I go home, or every day I go to work and come back home, bro. She gets older every single time I look at her, dog. Like every time Alyssa sends a picture of her, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is she getting so big, dog? Alyssa, like, she's not getting big. I'm like, yo, you see her every day. Like, of course you don't see it. But I'm like, yo, like, this is not right, dog. That's not right at all.
And it's like people don't feel that. People don't get that. No, they do. But
they ignore it.
And that's what gets me. Like, you got that voice or that whatever just screaming in the background, like, yo, we need to do something different. You know, our kids are growing up before our eyes. We got this person, this brand new person that we helped bring into this world.
Our kids are growing up before somebody else's eyes.
Big facts. And we don't even know. We don't know their favorite color. We don't know they what they aspire to be.
There are people whose babysitters, who their babysitters and their kids' teachers know them more than know their kids more than they do.
And it's insane. And then like when you go to a PTA meeting and be like, your child is excelling at this creative thing right here, and you're just like, my child did that? When they start doing that? When you was at work, not at home, you know, being attentive to them, you know, they had to find something to cope with that missing part, that missing you in their life. And you know, sometimes it's not always a positive thing that they find. It's crazy. Like that sense of urgency has to be there. It has to be cultivated, because if not, you just gonna be at the 9 to 5 until retirement, like everybody else.
That's why, like, if somebody asks you a "did you know" question about your own kid and you didn't know, like that's that's motivation to me. I'm motivated by that one right there. Like, cause I didn't even think of that. Like, yo, cause there is some instances where, you know, the teacher come through and be like, "Did you know such and such about such and such is your kid?" And you just sitting there like, you gotta pretend like you know the answer to it. Like, hey, I know. I remember they used to, because when they were a baby, they used to be just making up shit on the spot. Like, yeah. Oh man, you're right. You absolutely right about that, man. And you know, to your point, man, I definitely started seeing the I started seeing understanding the significance of having that urgency like a long time ago. So when I heard my boss now talking about that sense of urgency as it pertains to making sales, I was like, oh, I had a leg up. I had a leg up on these people already. But
Mhm.
like he talking about sense of urgency to, the numbers that affect him. Me, on the other hand, I'm sitting here trying to figure out like, okay, I make $1,000 a week here, but plus the commissions, on top of that, any bonuses that I make for certain joints, I'm like, all right, so 1,000 just baseline, 1,000 a week. Like, all right, how many books do I need to sell in order to match that 1,000 a week? So I ain't got to be here. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm putting the numbers together in my head. All right, cool. Oh, cool. All right, this is how much I got to do. 50 books. 50 is the answer to that. So 200 200 sales a week is, or 200 sales a month is baseline. What it'll take to get me out of that.
It's not
Know the number to grow the number, folks. Like for
facts.
real. I put that together. I was like, okay, 50 books will give me $1,000. Like
Mhm.
baseline. That's not included. That's not including the price that I would have to pay to get them printed. But 50 books will give me $1,000. That's just baseline. All right. All right. So that's not even including book two. A bundle for book one, book two, book three, blase, split. Like, bro, like for real. I'm thinking like, yo, I could go on the road right now and hit these conventions up again and start making sales like that. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, we can make this work. Like I understand exactly what to do now. So when my man said a sense of urgency, I'm like, all right, bad. Sense of urgency to what you say is urgent to you, but this is urgent to me. So like I'm trying to figure that part out. Like you already got your part figured out. You trying to motivate me right now. I don't need motivation, but I'm gonna let you talk. Because it make you feel good about yourself to talk down to me and give me advice. Because I haven't been here before. I'm gonna let you do that, but that ain't urgent to me. So, bruh, figure out exactly what it is that you need to do to move forward in your life. Your life. Because here's the problem. Here's the problem that I'm seeing, Ma. Sense of urgency is snuffed out by job agendas.
Ooh. All right, speak on it.
Sense of urgency is snuffed out by job agendas. Like a person can be fully endowed in their gift of knowing exactly where they want to be in their lives. You know exactly where you want to go. You have a vision of what you want to do. You know exactly where you want to be. You know how much time it's going to take to dedicate to it. You know the ins and outs of how to place your family to best suit the goal that you are trying to make. You know exactly what to do. But the moment that you start giving into corporate America, the moment that you get a job, all of that flies out the window. Now you don't have time to do those things. Mark said you got 2 days a week, literally 2 days a week to figure it out. Bro, I remember the times where I only worked 3 days a week at Walmart distribution. 3 days a week, Ma. I remember those days, but I had my head so far up my own ass that I didn't even understand that the time that I had off, the 4 days that I had off, bro, I could have been putting in work on something. I didn't even understand that. Bro, I could have put myself so far ahead, but now I ain't got that. I ain't got that luxury no more. I'm working 5 days a week now. I don't have that luxury anymore. So I gotta. What do I gotta do? I gotta get up early, fam. I gotta get up early. Some of y'all don't know how to pivot when you have to involve corporate America into the struggle that you are already struggling with. See, it's at the beginning. Steve Harvey said this, right? You're going to have to work. You're gonna have to work 10 times harder at the beginning than you would ever worked in your life. Now, I don't know what that meant to you. If you ever heard it, I don't know if it meant to you what it meant to you. But here's what it meant to me. Because right now, I don't have the ability to snuff out corporate America. I don't. I would love to say that, in the perfect world, I can downsize to the point where I don't have to worry about corporate America. But it takes a lot of downsides. It is almost impossible to downsize that much to get rid of corporate America. Like, you gotta get rid of your house, gotta get rid of your car. There's some cases you got to get rid of your relationships.
That's real.
It,
That's
it
real.
is what it is. It is what it is. Like, you got to get rid of a lot, and this is a capitalistic society, so it may not even be possible for you to downsize that much. So now that we know that that's not even a possibility, let's go ahead and exile that. Let's not even talk about that. So now that we know that downsizing is the way to go, now we got to figure out how to upsize on the situation, on what we're doing outside of corporate America. So when Steve Harvey said we got to work hard 10 times harder than what we're accustomed to, that man meant that you're going to probably be putting 40 hours into yourself as well as your job.
You know, you're gonna have to. There's no way around it. There's no way under it. And it's I want to take a step back real quick on the how the job snuffs out your vision at home, your vision for your life. Because a lot of people they try that, like we said before, they crunch the numbers, they analyze how much time they have off, how much time they can put into whatever they need outside of work. And because of that job takes up so much of their life, so much of their time or whatever, when they put that job in the equation, it oversees or obliterates everything in its path. And it's like,
Yeah,
because
but
I
if the
have this
job
job. Mm-hmm.
if the job becomes your identity,
Oh,
then it's hard for anything else to it's hard
be
for you to be
attached.
anything else,
Yeah.
because most people, they don't know how to not make their job their identity.
Mm. And people, they fall right into that rut, right into line with whatever the job has going on. Those are the people that you see, they come to work, they don't make the numbers for that week, or they don't meet the agenda that the higher ups are pushing. They upset.
Yeah.
Like, that got nothing to do with you. That agenda was placed so the higher ups get a bonus. The higher ups, that's the higher ups' fault. You only
Yeah.
came here to do what you're supposed to do. Nothing more, nothing less. You going above and beyond. You trying to stay at the job, off the clock, trying to do something to do what? To get some
And
type
then
of gratification, and they be like, all right, thank you. And that person
yeah,
gets a promotion.
yeah. And then you selling your time to them. You selling your time. Like, you obligated 40 hours to them, and then you selling your extra time to them outside of the 40 hours. But I don't know if y'all know this, but we got 168 hours in a week. 168 hours in a week. And some of y'all willingly sell that time to corporate America. The extra time, 40 hours is what you're required to do. For some reason, there's people selling their time back to corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just literally just going back just willingly. And that, it makes no sense to me. Like, for real. What it even on my worst week, Mark, at the conventions, going, convention hopping and selling our books there, everywhere, even Baltimore. When we went to Baltimore Comic-Con, dog,
Mm-hmm.
we took an L on Baltimore Comic-Con and still came out better than going to work making time and a half.
Mm. Come on. Don't tell me that. Come on.
That's real talk, dog. Now, granted, we didn't make enough money to supplement the entire week. Like if I had missed the entire week of Amazon, like sometimes you're going to take a hit. But I'm remembering like the first convention that we went to, and it was like 3 days, and we sold 50 books at the lowest price point that I should have ever put a book at. And you know, people were telling me that that the book should have been a little more expensive, but you know, I learned my lesson, and you know, we're now revamping from that lesson as well. But you know, even on that convention, bro, we made more than, it was like $600-700. Like just that was just 50 books too. So I'm like, and you know, I'm thinking about all these different scenarios. And I'm like, yo, what is the purpose of not having this confidence in our own abilities if we've already seen it happen? If we've already seen the possibilities? Why can't I believe in my abilities when I've seen the possibilities?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of me not believing in my abilities now that I've seen the possibilities? And I did it. It's not like somebody stuck their hand in it and pushed me forward, Mark. I did it. I didn't, bro. You were there. You saw it. We did a little podcast behind the table. I talked shit about everybody that was around me on the podcast, and we still all helped each other move forward. Even the dude that was across from me with the stone face, we helped him move forward. We sent him away with a valuable lesson. So if I've already seen the possibilities, why not? Why am I doubting myself? So sense of urgency, man, y'all, man. What time is it? How long we got, man? Because I gotta go.
we can start wrapping it up. We at that hour mark.
Okay, all right. So, all right, man. Y'all got to understand that, man. Sense of urgency is not just meant for your job, man. It's not. For real. You know what, Mark? You got anything else, bro? Because I'm about to get long-winded. I feel it.
I guess.
I feel it.
Yo, the lifestyle that you want, the lifestyle that you perceive is success, it starts now. It don't start later. It don't start at your 50-year mark, your half a decade mark or whatever. It starts now. The sense of urgency has to be there. You have to establish that sense of urgency, or you gonna half-ass. You gonna put it to the side. You gonna treat your talent, your passion, your God-given gift as secondary, the secondary hobby that you can pick up and put down whenever you want. No, you gotta pick that thing up, cultivate it, plant it in the ground, and just let that thing grow. Like, if you don't, you won't have anything to pass on to your kids. You will forever be working at a job. You will forever be missing out on life, your family, your friends. You will see them waste away. You won't even see them waste away. You will, if you do see them waste away, it'll probably be through like a screen or like Snapchat or something like that. But it's just, you won't have any good experience. You won't live your life to the fullest if you keep working at this job. If you keep being that company man, that company woman for the job. Be that person, be that man, be that woman for yourself, so you can live your life for yourself.
Yeah. All right, bro. So this conversation was brought home to me like recently. You know, I heard it loud and clear. The universe told me, it was like, you made a mistake. Like real talk. Like I heard it. And you know, ET talk about the Holy Spirit. He have a talk with God, and God tells him stuff. I don't know if this was God. I don't know. I ain't really religious like that. I'm spiritual, but I ain't really religious like that. So like, and you know, I ain't saying I'm atheist or nothing like that, but you know, I believe in a higher power, but you know, the blase split. But I heard this voice in my head say, "You made a mistake. You shouldn't have done this." I literally started Iron Titan brand because I was passionate about motorcycles as a hobby. So I went into a job where, you know, I'm dealing with motorcycles and I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, I'm dealing with motorcycles every day, making videos about motorcycles, you know, making videos on my motorcycle, you know, you know, just it's all type of stuff like dealing with just motorcycles in general. So, you know, why not go work at a place that sells motorcycles? Okay, I know a lot about motorcycles. Why not? Just go ahead and make it happen. You're gonna make a lot more money. You're going to enjoy it a little bit better than just lifting boxes all day. Yeah, go ahead and do it. But this is when the spirit told me that I made a mistake. When I was thinking about it, and I'm talking to a guy who told me that he's passionate about riding, and he is so glad that now he's retired. This man's like 50 something, retired from like 2 jobs. He's like, now that I'm retired, I'm passionate about just being on the road. That's all I ever want to be, is on the road. And I'm sitting here just thinking about it like, yo, I'm literally selling my passion to other people, but I don't get to enjoy my own passion.
Ooh.
I'm literally at work while the sun's shining, in the rain. Like I'm looking like, and there are big glass windows. We can see the sun from like throughout the entire building. You can see the sun, like it's beaming in on top of you. You can feel the energy coming from outside, and I still can't enjoy my passion because I'm stuck at work. Bro, I promise you, bro. If things like that don't push you to the edge, then I don't know what will. We talked about kids. We talked about family. Like I said before I was 30, you know, and I remember the lyrics on Legacy, the song that we for whatever reason haven't changed from the intro of this podcast. I said in that song that when my kids are born, they won't be born broke. But you know, even though I'm in you know, Alyssa had to point it out yesterday. She was like, we're not in that same place that we were back then. We're a whole lot better. It might not be much better, but I can still feel a difference. And she had to say that to me in order for me to get it. Like, yo, we're not those same people that we were when we met. We're a whole lot different. We're not going, you know, going into the negative in our bank account every single week. We're not questioning the amount that we're able to spend before. I mean, though she's still a little more frugal than I am. I'm still like, you know what, I make money to spend it. So like, she's still a little more like of a balance to me, but we don't have to go check the bank or consult the calculators every single time that we're about to make a purchase anymore. We don't have that anymore. But my urgency isn't about what we have accomplished so far. My urgency is about the destination that I'm going to, because I said that when my kids are born, they won't be born broke. My first child was born broke, y'all. I failed on my own goal because I didn't have the sense of urgency. I didn't put all of my effort into making sure that she wasn't going to come into this planet, that she wasn't going to be born, come through the birth canal. I didn't put my effort into making sure that I was going to reach my goal by the time she got here. Because I said that when she was born, there was a list of things that I was going to be able to accomplish. I was going to be able to get her to her what is it called? The CD account, the certificate, the savings bonds, and all that other stuff. I was going to open up I was going to open up the credit cards in her name to make sure that she had credit history by the time that she turned 18. I didn't have the ability to do those things. I failed my goal because I didn't have that sense of urgency. So, moving forward, and some of you might be listening to this thinking like, oh man, he right. Because I had this goal at this time and I said I was going to make that and I didn't. But the difference between you and I is that when I didn't make my goal, it only motivated me for the next one. I ain't never sat back and looked at my successes as it just was like, all right, yep, we land on this land. Let's sit back and celebrate. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We made something happen. Bro, I promise y'all, I just finished the Legacy of the Arcane and Flame. I'm already writing another book. You can't sit back on your successes. You can't sit back. You always have to be moving forward, always moving, looking towards the next goal. You always have to be looking upward. There is no looking forward anymore because forward only gets you where you're going. Looking up is the only way that we are going to get to the next step. That is why we are called the Ascension brand. That is why the Ascension star has a green arrow pointing up because that is the only way that you are supposed to be looking. Sense of urgency doesn't mean look forward. It doesn't mean look down. Sense of urgency only means looking upwards. And if you look upwards, stop all that negative talk. Every single time somebody is trying to do something, we always talking about the negative. Well, what if? Bro, stop talking about the what if. They're not even important. If you know the possibilities, look up and move into that direction and everything will work itself out, bro. We out.
Man. So go do it. Go do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.